start to a little. We do. Real life entrepreneur, cut out the man in the middle. Some days it's slow, some days it go, but every day we tryna get to it. Running up, stay down and hustle like shit too. Tryna tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. It is. Tuned in.
Hey y'all, it's Miss Cris. We out here at the Real Life Entrepreneurs TV podcast. Shout out to A1 Steel, shout out to Drip Visuals. Y'all, let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? Rocking with the Real Life Entrepreneurs. It's your boy A1 Steel. We got a hot entrepreneur in here, man. She's a manager, artist, developer. She's an assistant. She got a master's. She's a college professor, man. She went all the way down through there. She had a lot more hats on her belt, but we gonna get back into that, man. We got Miss Cris in this thing, man. Hey,
what's up, y'all?
How you doing, Miss Cris?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Where you from? Let the folks know where you from.
I'm from that 504. I'm from New Orleans, baby.
You from New Orleans? You born, raised in New Orleans?
I was born in San Antonio.
Okay.
I was raised in New Orleans. Then I double backed after Katrina. Went to San Antonio, then landed in Dallas.
You was out there when Katrina happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was it living in New Orleans?
Living in New Orleans is amazing.
Like what part of New Orleans?
I grew up in Metairie,
okay.
But when the hurricane,
that's like the suburb part.
It's like Plano to Dallas,
okay,
right? So Metairie to New Orleans over the bridge, but growing up, I mean, we were always in New Orleans, okay. Right? So. Then as I got older, I decided to move my way to Bourbon Street, lived on Bourbon for a few years, kind of put my roots into a couple of the clubs out there. And
so what started you getting into promoting and managing and stuff like that? Like what was the first jump off? Like was that fresh out of high school? That was something that you wanted to do, or was it like? No,
fresh out of high school. So I'm a lot older. So I'm talking about like 1995. Yeah. So there wasn't a lot like what's going on now that you could do when you get out. But initially I wanted to go off to college. That didn't work out the first time. I ended up partying a lot. I graduated when I was 17. So I was just ready to kind of hit the streets. Right. And living in New Orleans, and I went to Nicholls State University, which is like 45 minutes outside of there. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of was like, I want to go into pharmacy. And then I took a chemistry class. Yeah. I was like, nah. So it wasn't until I really kind of got older and I was working on Bourbon Street. I was managing a club on Bourbon Street. And then kind of met some music artists through working in leasing apartments. So I started doing corporate apartments for record labels. Okay. And this was back in 2007. 2008 type.
Damn. So you used to get apartments for rappers.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
So that's what got you into start managing?
That's what got me into start managing, actually. So one of my first artists that I had worked with was Kilo Reed. He has, the Swing Your Keys song, a lot of bounce music, a lot of New Orleans stuff. But I've worked in apartment complexes that, housed Lil Wayne when he was still Dwayne and 16 driving the white Cadillac Escalade. Okay. So it's, my roots in music landed me into different spaces where it was like, oh, hey, can you help us, promote this event? Yeah. And then learning from some pretty amazing people throughout the years, and then kind of taking a step back due to my own legal problems. And then coming back in, it was always a home for me.
Right. So you love the music business and
I'm a musician as well. So
what you do?
I play the piano. Okay. I play the flute professionally, and then I have a perfect pitch. So my ear for music is undeniable.
Okay. So you know if it's a hit or not.
Not just if it's
you know if it's gonna take off.
Not even if it's going to take off, because that just depends on the artist and the numbers and the money, but whether or not it sounds good enough to take off.
So you letting it know that it costs money.
It absolutely costs money.
It's just not that people let people know that you ain't have a hit song and just because you got a hit song it's going to go.
No.
You got to have some money behind that.
There's no such thing as a hit song unless you've put money behind a song to make it a hit.
Okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Had to break that down for y'all, man. 'Cause y'all be thinking y'all got hits. And you ain't got no money behind it. Nothing.
I mean, because think about it, right? Like,
It might sound good.
it might sound good, but it doesn't sound great. You haven't gotten a professional commercial industry engineer to get it to the high grade. And they figured that out once, you know, a radio DJ hears it and it was like, hey, man, let me put that out there. And then you're sitting there like, I don't know how to switch this to this. I don't know what this frequency means. I don't know what this is. Now you got to go pay for something that you could have paid for in the beginning. Now it's going to cost you more because you didn't want to invest in the first place because you think you're the greatest there ever is.
So, okay, being a manager, what is a manager's job? Like, so people, you know, be hollering about their managers and stuff like that, but what is the actual manager's job?
Take that. So that's dependent on who you ask. Sorry about that. That's dependent on who you ask, right? I don't believe in actual managing the artist because number one, in most cases, the artist is grown with their own families, with their own situations, with their own whatever. So it's not about managing the artist. It's about managing the artist's affairs. Right? So making sure that their businesses is set up correctly, making sure that their paperwork is correct, making sure that they understand the process of the music and how it gets to the radio or how it gets to a DJ. Most of them don't know that. Most of them, they record it. They think it's the greatest thing in the world. And then they're like, oh, it's a hit. You'll never hear anything else. They got this, da, da, da. And so as a manager of a library of music, it's your responsibility to take that, get it to the promoters, get it to the DJs more specifically, and then make sure that you have all the ducks in the row so that when the artist, you know, taps in and says, hey, I need this to go here, it's boop, boop, click of a button.
Right.
And then making sure that they have every available opportunity that's presented to them. So these festivals, you know, it's the job of somebody who's assisting the business person. Because at the end of the day, the artist needs to manage themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can manage yourself. Like, if like you're saying, if you know everything that you need to know, there's no reason for you to have a manager unless you just need somebody but your manager should be your assistant.
Exactly.
That's pretty much.
And I learned that wholeheartedly. You know, Miss Megann, she, you know, manages Sauce Walker, and I've been very blessed to have been able to tap in with her about, it's been 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And so she's...
Yeah, I've seen her with you and shit.
Yeah, she's taught me so much. And it's funny how we met because she empowered me just as an older woman, right? Mm-hmm. When she came out, Megan the MILF. And, you know, she's putting these pictures out here. She's doing this. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody that I want to emulate. This is somebody who I know has bigger connections in the industry than I do, and I want to tap in. So I literally went to one of Sauce's meet and greets out in San Antonio, but I was there for Megann.
Yeah.
And so I went and met her, and then a couple of more times trying to make myself, you know, relevant and, you know, tapping into the right people. And then finally we were able to connect on a level to where now, you know, I assist. And she created the I Assist brand, which is more of, we assist you in the tours. We can assist in video placement, blog placement, YouTube monetization. I mean, any part of the music industry, we have the ability to tap into. And then her more specifically, and her being able to help me maneuver that has allowed me to be able to be in more open spaces and networks.
So you done tapped in, like, so y'all basically, like, you're with her little program that she got, that I Assist program?
Yeah, so I mean, I assist her, you know, so anything that she needs as far as contracts, registering music, things of the kind of low on the totem pole, but still important, while she's focusing on the tours and the bookings and so forth. And then I focus on her and getting her booked for some of these exotic conferences, getting her booked for the really the panels on these conferences is, you know, and she's been blessed to have been able to sit on panels with the Deb Antneys of the world and stuff. And really at the end of the day, she's so much bigger than that.
Right, yeah. She's so much, but they don't treat her like that though. But she's so much bigger. And then she moves around though, like she's not like that, because when I seen her, she was out in the party. She was in the party. Them really wasn't nobody really running up to her, really knowing who she was. I was like, I looked back and was like, that's Miss Megan. They even Megan up in the section and shit. Like,
there is nowhere that we can go. Yeah. Nowhere. I mean, out of town, random cities, pulling up to the malls, even out here, and somebody recognize it. Wait, you're Miss Megan, and then you have to stop and take a picture, and but it's amazing because we really, we say MILF, but mothers I like to finance, right, instead of the whole other concept, and so we look Drip, look,
they changed it up,
we embrace it, we changed it up, we are mothers that we would love you to finance, yes,
mothers that love to finance.
Nah, switch that around.
Yeah, that's what you said at first.
We want to be financed.
That's what you said at first. Mothers that love to finance. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that.
I love to finance. MILF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't switch it up.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what? What we got? Like, what you got coming? Like next? Like, in your journey? Like, what you got coming?
So I'm going back to teaching. Okay. So I'm excited about that. You were saying
about it, college professor. So you're going to, like, what course you teach?
I teach federal government, Texas government in the community colleges, and then I teach economics.
Are you teaching the real government? Or are you teaching the book government?
No, definitely not the book government, babe. Real life application. Yeah. This is what's happening. You should probably be paying attention. Just saying. Yeah. Now it's up to you to I believe in the marketplace of ideas. So I speak from a very non-liberal, non-conservative standpoint. I let these young people make their own decisions. Yeah. I just give them the necessary information to.
This is life. That shit in that book is bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah. I've actually been able to. I pride myself in going to testify in the legislature. So when the legislature opens in January, I will be at the steps of the Capitol. I run a nonprofit, the League of United Latin American Citizens. It's one of the largest civil rights organizations in the country.
So what you going for though? Like what you protesting?
So I mean, whatever. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be so many policies.
Free weed, legal weed, lies weed.
No, see, y'all don't even know about that. They trying to monopolize that thing. You feel me? That's why Texas is so headstrong right now, saying, "Oh, we're going to legalize it." Yeah, and you're going to pay taxes on it, and you're going to pay the government in order to be able to sell it, and it's only going to be certain shit. Yeah, pay attention to the
Texas.
Little fine print. Yeah.
Texas for sure. That's why they taking so long to make it legal, because they're trying to monopolize. They're trying to make it to where they making money off of it at the same time.
Yeah, that's the only way. Yeah. That's the only way. But I mean, again, that's how Texas survives. That's why we have over $12 billion in our rainy day fund. Yeah. And it's because the conservatives know how to conserve money. Can't knock it.
Yeah, they try to fuck over us too at the same time in Texas.
Absolutely, but if you let them.
Texas is just Texas. Yeah, that's just shit, but they ain't Texas is just shit is different. I love Texas. I'm from, we from here, but it's just different, man. They laws is a little different. Cause everybody, as you think about everybody around us, like, I ain't gonna even say that, because a lot of people laws are federal. Like, they get in trouble, they going straight to the feds in their city. You know what I'm saying? Ours ain't like that, so. That
part.
Yeah, so we do have better situations, better land. The only reason our shit going up because everybody want to move here. They should go back.
I mean, to be fair, we have probably the largest number of Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah, we got so many millionaires here. We got billionaires that's here.
So I'm not mad at the build up, right? I think Frisco is like one of the richest cities in America to live in.
America?
Yeah. And just because of the median income is about $180,000. That's the median income for someone that lives in Frisco. And I'm sure it's gone up since then. That was a couple of years ago.
Just to even live out there, you got money.
Yeah.
Like even in an apartment.
Yeah. Damn. Think about how much the apartments
especially
are right now.
Especially now that they finna have Disneyland, Disney, whatever that look.
That little park.
Yeah, that little park out there. Yeah, they finna anybody that stay out that way. Yeah, they. Yeah.
Well, when I moved out there, they were starting to build that big, huge...
You stay in Frisco?
I did.
You said I did. Shit.
For 7 years. It was great. Right down the street from the new Dallas Star thing.
Oh, Frisco the thing that they made? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's some nice houses out there. It's nice. It's nice out there. I used to work out that way. It's cool. That and like what's that?
The restaurants are good.
North Lake and South Lake. And that's nice out that way too. That's where most of the cowboy players and stuff
live. Yeah.
South Lake. So I got these cards laid out right here. You know, you pick 5 cards. You just point at them or whatever. I'll pick them up. You can't see them until I ask you. So you want this one right here? These ain't these type of questions. These all business questions. It's nothing. You gotta keep picking them. Keep picking
okay.
them. Yeah, keep picking them. This one. This one. This one.
Because it has something written on the back. It's intriguing.
Everybody always get that. I just ran out of ink. All right. What have been some of your biggest learning experiences in running a business?
That not everything you delegate will get done. I think that's the biggest lesson, in that you have to be resilient.
That was a good one. Thanks. Like, for real. How did you find your business in the early stage? How did you fund your business in the early stages, and what financing options would you recommend for new entrepreneurs?
Get a job. I mean, I had a job the entire time, so I financed myself. I financed the artists.
Yeah, because if you ain't hustling and shit, you're like, yeah.
I mean, I was working in an apartment complex. I was an apartment manager, and I had the computer there, and so I had one when we were bored. I had one leasing agent, pressing the CDs, one leasing agent printing out the little covers that go on the CDs, and then
she putting her people to work.
Get off of work, and then we go and figure out. We would all go to like Chachos or something and go post up in the trunks with the artists, and so I mean, we all funded ourselves, but back then there was never this like generation of handouts. I mean, we worked hard all day, all night. We wouldn't leave the parking lot until the trunk was sold out of merch, and this was us pressing up the own things, but and the cost is the same because you've got the wholesale kind of thing out here, so that didn't change. The only thing that changed was everything went from tangibility to electronic.
Yeah, basically, for real. Where do you see your business in the next 5 to 10 years?
Running itself while I'm on a beach in Puerto Rico.
Got me too. For real, you talking about?
Swear to God.
Not Puerto Rico. Take me to the Bahamas. Take me back to the Bahamas,
No.
man.
I want to go to Puerto Rico. It's 123 miles long.
What you mean?
The whole island is 123 miles long.
So you want to just be on a little stretch of island?
More specifically, there's this island off of Puerto Rico. No, I don't. I just went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you go to the Bahamas. You just change your life.
Not doing it.
What's the hardest part of being an entrepreneur?
Depending on other people to do shit. The hardest part about being an entrepreneur is that you don't have a steady paycheck. You have to hustle every day in order to be able to set yourself up for the setbacks, because they're going to come. I interviewed with a company a couple of days ago that was trying to possibly hiring me for consulting, but one of the biggest things was COVID, right? So COVID fucked everybody.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the hardest things being an entrepreneur, starting up your own business, handling your own business affairs while handling other people's business affairs, is the separation, the organization, the time management, and then also being able to have the necessary funds to be able to cover those setbacks.
Right. Yeah, damn. You is right about all that. How do you market your business?
I don't. I try. It's one. I'm just being real with you. Like I need to. It's funny you said that, because I've got like my first flyer, but I'm such a perfectionist that I'm like, no, I want to change that. I want to change that. I want to change that. So, like I'm always marketing for everyone else, that I tend to forget about myself. So I haven't marketed too much other than like Instagram. I'm on Bigo like crazy. So, I mean, I market myself on Bigo, and that's where I've attracted a lot more music artists from around the country, just doing the smaller services for them. But on a bigger scale, I mean, that's definitely something that I have to focus on for me. Anybody that feels like providing any kind of marketing and promotion for Miss Cris, please feel free to tap in.
Yeah, tap in with it for sure.
I will pay.
What you say you will pay?
I will pay.
You'll pay.
I'll pay my way.
You'll pay for them for them to fuck with you.
Yeah, to fix my IG and sit there and go clean it up and market my stuff and cross promote and get it on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like this is really one of my first.
Just make sure you clean that up because people thinking that you just gonna pay for them to fuck with you.
No, definitely not. You have to pay me to talk to me.
Okay, yeah, I heard that. So
consultation. I'm not
2025. You say you got what coming?
I've got a lot coming. So I'm going back to teaching. The nonprofit is back up and running. I've got an event coming up in February. I'm actually the founder of the Emerge Conference out of Washington, D.C., where I take a bunch of college students into the Capitol in D.C. and teach them how to advocate. And I also will be in the Texas Capitol this entire legislative session, making sure that we are staying on top of the education policies, staying on top of helping our dreamers, and staying on top of making sure that they're not putting this fuck shit in these textbooks.
Square business.
And then, of course, the music, right? So expanding my brand, Royal Premier Group will be coming back, doing a relaunch in 2025. Royal Premier Group is what I had kind of started out here. And it's basically a hub for anyone in the entertainment industry, to where you will be kind of like an Emily's List or an Annie's List, but it's for the music industry and the entertainment industry. So you'll be able to tap in with the top of the top, be able to find podcasts, be able to find kind of a one-stop shop for an artist to be able to find the hair, the nails, the podcasts, the blogs, the DJs, and the events, and the Dallas Elites, and, Little B's of the world. Definitely want to shout out Stay Down Little B. It's my favorite artist.
Yeah, so I appreciate you, man, for coming through, you know what I'm saying, spend some gems, you know what I'm saying, for them and stuff like that, because you did spend some gems, like you gave some game, and a lot of people didn't know what was going on until you really said it. I probably woke some people up, you know what I'm saying.
I try to connect the dots, right? So being an educator at heart, being older, having my own daughter, in the high schools and the education system, my passion is voter turnout. My passion is policy. My passion is, helping these artists learn how to be their own business, but also being able to tap into their artistry. So for me, it's kind of a full circle, being able to kind of plug all of that in together.
Nah, we sure appreciate you, for real. Like, not too many people doing that for them kids like that, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, so appreciate you. Man, I so appreciate you pushing up, man, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy A1 Still, and we got Miss Cris in this thing, man. Hey, we out of here.
We out.
Running, stay down and hustle like shit too. Trying to tell you this real life. It ain't for the weak, it ain't for the sheep. I'm talking about real life. It is. Tuned in to RLE TV. Trying to tell you this real life.